-12 outside, feels like -26, and keeping it warm as we welcome you inside the King's Dome. Alongside Ryan Bradbury, I'm Dylan Buckman. We welcome you into a live YouTube event between the visiting St. Thomas STU, the STU Tommies and the University of King's College Blue Devils. As fans arise and get ready for the national anthem, one thing that you noticed, we'll come back to you guys in just a few seconds. As we channel past the national anthem honoring our country, we welcome you guys into the King's Dome. Ryan Bradbury, we have the starting lineup ahead of us for Stu or you Kings. What do we got to start with?
That's Stu. So number 7, we have Katie Verdito. Number 9, Alyssa Jeffrey. Number 12, Claudia Steves. Number 13, Paige LeBlanc. And number 21, Charlie Connors.
One thing I would say for as you mentioned during the warm-ups, Charlie Connors, one of a very powerful elite skill player. What are we expecting out of this particular player today?
We're expecting pretty well everything. She's 3rd in the league in points. She's 4th in the league in rebounds. We should expect just a great game from one of the best players.
And now we're on to the Kings starting lineup. What do we got today?
Number 5, Kai Raphael. Number 7, Gracie Dorian. Number 8, Sydney Flora Kirsch. Number 10, Carly Best, and number 15, Madalena Webb.
Now for the University of King's College, they've dropped the last 3 games out of the 3 that they played. They fell down just short yesterday against Stu, 77-34. Now that the page has been turned, it's a brand new game, new height. It's an afternoon one, so everyone seems to be all warmed up and ready. What's the one thing that you're hoping to see coming into this match?
I'm hoping to see them establish a tempo pretty quick out. If they hit some good shots, play some good defense, anything can happen. And excited to see how that happens.
As we get ready for tip-off, stepping up to the middle end. Referees are just about to get in position. And it's 1 towards Stu. Picking things off, Steve's has the ball. Jeffrey, all the way down to Vidito. Looking to try to set the game straight. A little bit strong, nice high ball pass all the way up. Nearly burying it, but now forced a turnover for Kings. Gracie Dorion caught that ball, sent it over to her partner by Carly Best. Still losing it a little bit in translation, just goes out of bounds. And we will restart for possession. That'll go in Kings' favor. Expecting to see a lot more hype heading on in. Stu, both in women's and men's basketball, are leading the league by storm. But just like that, Kings gets on the board.
It's just what you like to see. That's how you establish a tone against number 1 team in the league.
We saw a lot of excitement for basketball this season for a lot of clubs and stuff, but hopefully this is the turnaround try you would think for a team like the Blue Devils. I'd say It has been a really hard season so far, still trying to claim their first win of the season, but as you mentioned, starting strong, trying to get into it, I would assume.
And that's all you can do. All you can do is just put your best foot forward and play to the best of your capabilities whenever you can.
Gracie Dorio sets it over to Flora Kirsch. Whistle gets pulled back, and it was a pushing attempt. And now we're going to go back to Kings offensive territory, looking to lead up by 2. It's been pretty aggressive to start off. Near in the middle end, almost crossing by center. Good call up by LeBlanc. Bouncing it over, losing a little bit of trouble there. Charlie Connors had it, tosses it up. Now Kings correctively has the ball. They'll move in with Best. Flora Kirsch. And now Raphael holding in, setting it up for Webb. Almost directing it, but then the rebound comes through. Now up by 2. That was a nice play by Flora Kirsch on the rebound. The Tommies have it. Going on the outside line. Bounce ball just between the legs of the circle area. Flora Kirsch almost had it. Going in for the 3. What a nice move. And now the Tommies are on the board.
That's what Kings is going to have to watch out for, that sharp shooting STU offense. As many threes they can stop them from, the better they'll play.
Kings. They'll hold on. Just lost the ball, forced a turnover. Moving it in, Jeffrey, all the way over to Vidito. Tries to lay for another shot. That's another big-time three-pointer. Now they're up by 2. Wearing a knee brace in support, but coming in with a lightning pass to set it over. The one holding out was Gracie Dorion, the 5'10" guard from Ottawa, Ontario. And this isn't a bad start on both clubs, I would say.
No, it's both teams seem to have the feet underneath them. Seem to be out and running, hitting shots. So should have a good one in for us.
For some of you guys watching the live YouTube, we welcome you inside the dome. As now, once again, the Tommies get another point. That's going to draw them up by 4. Forced turnover. Looking right in, laying it up. That's going to clear on through. That was a tough turnaround, but Katie Vidito shows no signs of letting down. Looking for an opportunity, just lost it. Goes out of bounds. A little miscommunication there. Charlie Best, but Kings will try to regroup.
And Stu's really figured out this backcourt press. Seem to be giving Kings no room to make the pass that they need. And this is something that Kings will have to adapt to.
That's the thing, too, is sometimes that could put a little bit of pressure, and then you miscommunicate a little bit with your teammates, and you're just trying to find a way to get into it a little bit, I would say. UKC. They're down by a few. Looking to create a chance to rebound. They're down by 6. They take a moment to regroup. Got quite a turnout. Both mixed green and blue. Good to see that. Starting up. That was Alyssa Jeffrey. She's got the ball. She'll set it over to her partner by Steves. Wanting to go for a three-point shot, unable to do so. It just comes out of bounds. Now, Kings control. First turnover by Stu. They'll roll in. Looking for another three-pointer. That's a switch. Right up again by 3. They've been pretty consistent with the three-point shots.
Yeah, I mean, they got to stop them from getting to the corners.
That's the thing, too, is that you got give them so much space just to continue on. Now, Stu controlling the ball, laying it over, nearly pulled on through, but that's going to be waved up, a foul. And Now they're going to give our very first free throw. The recipient is going to be Charlie Connors. You mentioned as well, dangerous player.
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, 3rd in points, so someone we really have to watch out for this game, and something the Kings defense certainly has to watch out for as well as she tries to make her statement on this game.
And you were saying, too, 3rd in the league in points, I would say, right?
Yes.
Very, very intimidating sometimes when you see that point come in, but for Kings, they look to try to change and bounce the score out of pocket. There's a turnover just up high. That was a great play by Steves. Laying it up for a 3-point shot, but unable again to pull through. Now we take a little bit of a bounce opportunity. I would say, Ryan, what are some of the things that you're witnessing on the defensive core for Kings that you're hoping that they can try to get into?
They need to get to the corners. They need to stop that pass from getting to the open goal, and I really think, as well as turnovers, I know it's not necessarily on the defensive side, but Stu seems to have the number on the inbound, so anything to really combat that would be great.
Good point brought. Stu, once again, they've got possession. They've been starting up on fire, and speaking of fire, that's a good layup set play. That was Charlie Connors again. Pretty phenomenal. Duck to the corner, looking to loose for a shot. Just about missed it, looking for the rebound. But they're gonna try to use patience to set it up. Another late shot, again missed. Now Stu controls their territory end, moving towards the offensive zone. Good offensive recovery there. I'll blow the whistle there, but that was a good offensive recovery by Claudia Steves, the guard from St. John's, Newfoundland. And right off the hop, I could say, you know what, like when you try to set an example for your team, it's good that Kings kind of came in with the 2-pointers, but they have not been able to respond after letting in just 16 points so far.
After letting the threes rain down, you start to wonder when they'll start returning the favor, and we hope that that's soon, as they can really turn the tide very quickly. It just needs to happen sooner than later.
Try to be as consistent as possible as need. They get a little bit of a battle. It's going to go out. And now starting it, Monboroughet is the one that tossed it back out. Had 2 players on here. I was going to have to try to make the turnover. Stu waltzing in. Pico now rolling right in. This Kerr all the way on down to Quinlan. All the way across, more to their left side. That shot missed wide. That was done by Hansen. Kings will try to go through again. They've missed it 3 straight. They're having a struggling start, but game's way far from over. Anything could happen.
Absolutely. Something to keep in mind is Kings has 7 turnovers to Stu's 0. And so that is certainly a credit to Stu's defense on how they've been able to handle the inbound. But definitely something that Kings will have to look at in the upcoming quarters.
Initially, a player goes down, but comes back up. They're going to give the ball over to Stu. And this team has had an incredible record, winning 10 straight this season. The Tommies have been really working hard, and as I mentioned earlier as well, it's been really working out in the men's basketball league program as well. We witnessed that yesterday. It's been a great year for St. Thomas. They look to try to go for another 3, just missed it. Now Kings control. Going into the offensive zone, looking to try to set over to the corner. That's a good likings of Kai Raphael, but the shot was initially done by Tevin Bold from Bedford, Nova Scotia. Now rolling on in is Monboroughet. Play was whistled dead. And with just 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter, the score is 16-4. As we welcome you folks into the Kings Dome on a very chilly afternoon. That's a shot by one of the Kings offensive players. That was Kai Raphael, the guard. And now another whistle is played. They're going to give it to Kings. Monbriquette was ready to receive the ball. He's got some serious pressure. They want to get back into the game and onto the board. They'll end up bouncing it over. It's a good play by McDonald. All the way down to Tebow with a shot. Cleanly opportunity, but not calling through. Gonna blow a whistle down. That was going up against Flora Kirsch, Sydney Flora Kirsch. Tommies will have it in their zone. That's Marley Olton. Bounces in. Has been challenged against Kai Raphael. Now Tommies will crisp the pass over to Peyton Olszewicz. Tommies again. Just when Kings was ready to come in an offensive strength, Tommies control it. They're rolling it between all of their offense. They've been working so far this afternoon, trying to lay it up, but just came out of pressure. They'll whistle that dead. I believe it's going to go a free throw easily for the Tommies. This one's going to be Nora Quinlan. Got to say, they're really laying the pressure on the Blue Devils right now at this point in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's some pretty smothering defense here. It's almost as if there's no room out there for Kings, and certainly something that if with a couple of good passes you can get through that trap, but they've been almost immaculate at executing it so far.
Trying to get set for the next play. That's 2 points for the Tommies. 2:13 to go. Whistle blown down. Now it's going to go back into the territory where Kings is. They're playing as much defense as possible, but they got to generate a little bit more offense. But they've been really trying to get just right. They're trying to get back into it a little bit. They're trying to get the shots in close. That was nearly lost out of translation there by Hansen. Kings looking to try to play back on the defensive end. They just ran out of time, and we're going to get some substitutions.
Well, all things considered, that was great defense. They forced them to a shot they didn't necessarily want to take, and now they have the ball with the opportunity to cut the lead only down to
I would agree with you. Sorry. Yeah. I agree with you. I really like the way that they were able to spark a little bit, but Gracie Dorio, you know, just grabbing her man, just putting in the pressure, trying to find a way to kind of, you know, be resourceful with the team, forcing turnovers. I mean, it's not easy to do that in women's basketball. There's a three-point shot, 21-4 for the Tommies. Holding through with some courage. Tommies hold on for position. I will say, though, they do have speed, the Blue Devils coming in.
That's something I've noticed both teams. They're both running the fast break. They want those quick and easy points when the other team's still recovering to get back on deep.
They're eager for a chance where Kings is in a spot where they want to win their first this season. For the Tommies, they want to extend it to 11. And I mean, it all starts, you know, it always starts usually with the opposing team being much higher than the standings, where the team that's lower, they end up saying, listen, like, guys, we need to get back into this a little bit. Like, let's challenge the winning group and try to change the score here.
Sure, it's an excellent test of character.
Some great leadership Kings is witnessing this season. That was a free throw shot by Chloe Gauchier. Or, excuse me, sorry, Paige LeBlanc. And get a whistle. Push just out of bounds. Kings will control. Ryan Sandema. Good catch by Carly Best. Setting it up. Madalena Webb Going up to try to get pulled back on the score on the rebound. And there's UKC back. They'll try to respond. Good source of rebound, good coverage. And now the Tommies are just out of play with just 39.3 to go in the first quarter. Starting it in. That is Best. She's looking for the best opponent to pass it to. She does it well. Almost caught by Santana. That's just out of the zone. Gotta say, as you mentioned, they're eager. Speed is going to come in on both clubs.
Absolutely. And all credit to the Tommies. They're giving Kings absolutely nothing to work with in terms of the paint. Just only those threes are what's coming in. And, I mean, Kings will take it. They do need the threes, but it is a testament to the Tommies' defense.
And that just got caught out of bounds. But we have the St. Thomas men's basketball team in the stands watching. They got a game later this evening as Kings look to control. A nice fake right there by Carly Best. She'll shoot it, and there goes the crowd up. And now just with just a second to go, they need to get one shot finally to end it there, nearly poking it home. So your score after the first quarter, 23-8. Ryan, one of the things you witnessed on both clubs. We'll start with Stu. They seem to have quite a bit of advantage here.
It's mostly in terms of their fast break defense. They have 10 steals as we're playing so far, which is downright crazy. That's an incredible defensive effort so far. And Kings, it's just getting those shots, getting the effective shots. They're only shooting 20% so far, so you want to make sure that you get those good looks and really make sure you execute. They're shooting 0% from three, so obviously a bit of bad luck there. You do want to make sure that you get some threes in, but all in all, they're playing pretty well. Just need to capitalize on those open shots.
They're walking into the second quarter with hopefulness. That's the University of Kings College. They've really tried to outline the Tommies, but Tommies in the beginning with the three-point shots, we've witnessed a lot of corner plays. You know, you're trying to get your players wide. You're trying to just outbeat the score a little bit. That's got to be quite an offensive target against the Blue Shirts.
Yes.
As just less than a minute to go. We'll take about just a 15-second break. We'll come right back. As we welcome you back inside the Dome, the first quarter ended 23-8 in favor of the visiting team. So a new hype, a new hope. Kings getting pressured in. You got two players coming in on Carly Best. Man, she was met with Katie Vedito and wearing number 9, Reagan Kerr. Stu looking to work down. Setting the ball straight. Rolling towards the corner of the zone. That went out. Good starting agreement by Charlie Connors. She's in her 4th year at the University of St. Thomas, but the one who has the big leadership as well is Alyssa Jeffrey in her 5th year. You learn a lot when you play in these type of university games, I can imagine.
I can imagine as well. I mean, nothing really teaches you more than experience, so having 5 years under your belt playing basketball is nothing more you can really ask for.
Kings looking to get the second started strong. That's going to do it right there. Good 3-point shot by the Blue Devils.
That's exactly what they needed to get their momentum back, get in the swing of things, and be on their way to a great second quarter.
She was wide open too, had no one cover her. Tommy's just got the ball up high, outside where the box end is. Now it's going to go towards the Tommy's end. Kings is forced to play defense for a second. Working it up, spin move. Almost clearing it in the basket. The Kings generating momentum. It's moved in for Webb, but now tossed just out of the zone. And Kings are going to have possession of this ball. Referees just call a timeout, getting just a minute aside. And like you said, strong start for Kings. You know, you get that 3-point shot. You want to get right into it. You want to play as aggressive as possible, would you say?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly, I'm assuming, what the coach drew up. You want to get out there quickly, want to set the tone. They had some good stops on D as well. So if they can continue to hit those shots and continue to force the Tommies to take shots that they don't necessarily want to, that's exactly how you're going to win the second quarter.
Another thing, too, is that even if you're part of a winning team, you know, you've won 10 in a row. You got to also remember, too, the last time this team lost, that's STU we're talking about, they lost their first game of the season, which evidently they just went on to the cusp of just on this winning streak. Do you believe that that's also pressuring, too, to walk into a game like this?
I bet there is a bit of pressure. It's not necessarily as if they have a whole lot to lose. I believe the playoffs are essentially guaranteed for them, but
yeah.
Obviously you do want to prove to yourself that that loss was a complete fluke and that you can go on and win every game that you step out for.
And they've really showed that in the first quarter. Second right now so far, looking strong. Kings is looking to try to generate more offense. Great aggression stage. There's a shot, didn't get cleared. The one who had that was Sydney Flora Kirsch. The Tommies are going to get the ball. Stepping in, Alyssa Jeffrey is met pretty well with Connors. Now with the ball, it's back to Jeffrey. Now moving over to Steves. All the way laying it up to Vidito, and she clears it in. Now St. Thomas has a point in the second. Kings looking to roll back. Dembo spins it all the way over to Best. She tries to clear it through. That's a good move. Working at as aggressive as you can to try to even out this score. They're a little bit of ways away, but they're looking at trying to do as much as they can. They're only down by 12 right now. Comes down a little bit. We're going to get the subs initiated by the referee. Stepping in is Kai Raphael and Gracie Dorio. Paige LeBlanc maneuvers, tries to lean it over. Steves all the way down, just clears it through. Good move by Claudia Steves. Kings the other way. They'll spin. Ball is nearly cleared. That was nearly a turnover, but goodness, Jeffrey came back. They've had some close calls, but they've showed some really good enthusiasm in trying to connect with the ball. Now, unfortunately, turned over in Kings territory. Falling on through, was down. I gotta say, when there's a slight miscommunication, this team is pretty good at trying to catch the ball back and regroup a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Stu's been playing, it's been rather common to have those turnovers. So to try and minimize the damages, they've been really playing safe, trying to minimize the impact.
Stu is laid down with pressure. That's held out. Good defensive core by Madalena Webb in her first year as a rookie. Kings holding through. That is Dorion. Just tossed it, tried to get it over to Ted Bull, but just lost it into the translation. Katie Vedito just nearly intercepted that one. Now we're going to be witnessing, just for a few seconds, more Kings action coming your way. Stepping in. Rolling through the pressure. Carly Best started well in the second part. Last final shot didn't end up working. Got a bit of a toss over. A few bodies go down. I gotta say, when you want the ball, you'll do anything to get the ball.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you put your team first, so you put your body on the line to make sure that your team wins.
Coming through. Tommy's lost it. Just bounces out of bounds. For some of you guys just tuning in, we welcome you guys inside the Kings Dome. Alongside Ryan Bradbury, I'm Dylan Buckman. You believe you're in your first year here at University of Kings College. I'm in my second year. We have got a lot of basketball years ahead of us to see for UKC.
And I look forward to every single one of them.
I gotta say, Kings has been, they've had some pretty good years just viewing the banners, and especially this past year. You know, we've had good rugby teams, basketball teams really trying to stick it together, soccer as well.
Yep.
And a handful. 30-13, though, is the score against the best team in the league. Rolling through, trying to lay that up, just lost it off the handle. That was Webb, came through. 5:48 to go in the second quarter. Just after that, we'll hit the half point of the entire game. Tommy's looking to advance to scoring. That's a shot, just missed. For a second, I thought that was almost coming through for a three-pointer.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
And I gotta say, going back to the way this team has been aggressive, I mean, we're taking a good look at Charlie Connors. I mean, she's doing phenomenal already, trying to set up the plays in the Tommy's end.
Yeah, she's been playing great. She's got 8 points, 4 rebounds, pretty well everything we expected coming into this game. As well as that, for Stu, we have Paige LeBlanc, who's got 14 points so far and is 4 for 4 from 3.
Wow, phenomenal. Gotta tell you, it's definitely fun to watch some elite basketball athletes here. And now UKC looking to change it up, spark more of an aggressive tone. Tommies are making it harder, though. Rolling on through, wearing number 21. That is Charlie Connors, we just mentioned moments ago. Turning it over. My mom, Burkett. Gracie Dorion. Keep a good eye on her. She's doing pretty good, too, in the defensive core. Sets that play over. She's done well as a guard. Now with the ball, that was Webb. Unfortunate turnover for Tommy's, for Kings End. They'll try to set it over. Kerr was with Vedito. Just lost it. Almost got handled down. We're going to get a change in subs as well. Had a handful of those throughout the match. I mean, I got to tell you, running back and forth to the court was going to be quite exhausting.
Oh, absolutely. I don't have the stamina for that, so all props to everyone who's out there giving it their all.
Just lost it in her handle, tried to strip it away, Raphael, and repelling that was Reagan Kerr, who start in is Vedito, who is blocked. As they hold back, hoping for space there. Bouncing through. Past the defensive end. Looking for three. Opportunity for a rebound, but Kings controls this one. Good pickup by McDonald. Good recovery there by Gracie Dorion. Shot from the corner. Looking for a rebound. Unable to do so. Boy, she ran right hot and heavy there. Went down, but came back up. Espaico, that was the player that fell initially. Now they got possession with the ball. Falling down is Mombergetti. Excuse me, Momberget. Starting to see a few bodies fall over now. A little bit of aggressive match we're witnessing here.
Yeah, I mean you can smell the blood in the water, and they're trying to capitalize it, and Kings is trying to push back on it, and so it's creating this aggressive environment where both teams just want to win so bad.
And you got to see too, is especially when you're down by a heavy score. I mean, it starts to dawn on you a little bit as we're veering closer to the half point of this game.
Yeah, you start taking the little wins, little victories, anything that you can really grab. I mean, this game is by no means out of reach. Kings just needs to hit those shots that they're given, and really guard the corner threes against. They've been almost automatic for Stu.
They've nearly turned the ball over a handful of times, and you're right. They just have to really try to control this in their zone. Having trouble with translation, too, is one of the key points we witnessed in this quarter. Setting it up, looking for three. It does not go through. Oh boy, a few players fall through. It was Gracie Dorion who fell down, but through the support of her teammate, got back up. 3:34 to go. Whistle's blown dead. It's going to be an advance. Kings will have it. McKenna McDonald, third year, 5'7" guard from Bedford, Nova Scotia. Stepping in, but having the ball is Gracie Dorion. Raphael, shot, looking for the three-pointer, unable to bucket it. They've been counterfeited for the most part of this second half, with the second quarter we've witnessed, but looking for the rebound. That just rolls out. It's going to go to Stu's territory and ball.
Well, after an explosive first quarter from Stu, this quarter's slowed down quite significantly. Stu only has 9 points to Kings' 5. So it appears to be a defensive effort out here right now, and definitely something that the Kings can work on getting some points here.
We're going to try to learn from the mistakes as well. This game has witnessed a handful already. Now Kings will be awarded their second foul. Oh, excuse me. Get up on through. For Kirsch. Crisscrossing with that, but a first forced turnover, laying it up. Just lost it. Espaico was there. Tough bounce. (34-13), 2:50 to go in the second quarter. We welcome you inside the Dome. You get a little bit of a timeout, a little bit of a chance to restart, even though we could restart for a second. If we rewind the score a little bit, and we're witnessing a little bit more of where Kings is trying to get back into it, what would you say as the coaches kind of coming their team together?
I really think it has to do with preventing Stu from getting their open looks. They've been kind of eating the corners. They're pretty well automatic. And Kings, they've been shooting the threes, obviously, with the deficit. However, they're shooting 9% from three. So, obviously, a couple shots. Well, Dion Waiters, the only problem You know, he went 3 for 12, and the only problem was he didn't keep shooting. So you could keep shooting, and you can shoot yourself out of the drought. But I think in this scenario, you really just want to get to the net and get those shots that you can make and you know that you can make to possibly get back in this game and get a little bit more footing on where you're sitting.
Perfect sequence we got there. Got the horn down. We're going to make our way back to the court. Yeah, I tell you, I know it's a little bit off topic, but as much as people are going to be enjoying basketball, probably later in the evening, you're probably going to be watching football. Imagine that. You got the NFL. Is there any hot takes you're grabbing from there?
I think the Broncos could do it, you know?
Broncos?
I think the Broncos could beat the Pats.
A lot of people are doing the hot takes for the Broncos, especially they got a replacement quarterback. But should be something to look forward to after the weekend. The hot topics will be on that there. Kings have the ball. Wide open. Chances to collect three. What a good, successful chance by Langille. And that'll basket her first point of the afternoon. Really spiraling and looking for an opportunity was Quinlan. And now Kings is going to control. They're about halfway, near about the halfway point. Just over. And trying to get back into this game. They've been laid pressure, but they have been showing a little bit more offense so far. Trying to get the setup. No look move. Good setup there. Good play. A great opportunity. That's back-to-back for Kings for the first time today. That was Natasha Langille again.
And they're getting to their looks. They're getting to the shots that they want. So this is very promising for Kings, and hopefully they can continue to ride the momentum for the rest of the quarter.
Gotta say, Langille just coming as a substitution really is starting to light the lamp so far. During the other minutes of 2 under 2 to go. Whistle's blown dead. Play was blown dead. Now they're gonna get a few subs in replacement. Gotta say, you got a handful of players, got some good talent so far. Right, number 9 is Thibault. Play. It's kind of hard to do that when you're in the corner. Thibault has the puck. Laying it over to Raphael. Goes to the corner for Langille. Looking for the three-pointer. Lost it. Chance for the rebound, but Tommy's control. Bounced over near the corner. Shot it from all the way to the right side. Looking for a three, but unable to successfully do so. You got a few Kings players who are playing a little bit of a tug and aggression, try to get the ball out of her hands.
Kind of looks like the 90s Pistons right here. They doing anything they can to really swing the game in their favor, and honestly, I don't fault them. That's exactly how you should play.
That's a good reference, I'd have to say. It's going to be a free throw shot. That's going to clear on in. That's Charlie Connors. See a lot more of this professional athlete who's coming in. As we mentioned earlier, 4th year, she uses bucket 2. Under a minute to go in the second quarter of action. Blown out. And this seems like a slight controversial play between both the benches. Not a big deal. We'll restart back. Kings will control it, and they'll try to come through. Looking for their options. Laying it up, and that's a beauty. Kings has done well in the last 2 minutes, I would say. It was Flora Kirsch who buried it. Now the Tommies using that generated offense. It's not working for them. Kings got a little bit of time, a little bit of space in the circle. It's coming through. Turnover just earlier. Now it is McDonald who follows that up. Ball is up and for grabs, looking for the rebound. Lost control, but then lays it up for the rebound again. Energy is starting to come back inside the dome. STU with a shot. Can't do it. Here comes UKC. Lost it. They dragged it free. Moving through. And that'll end the second quarter. Score is 36-21. They're getting closer as we hit the halfway point. They'll take a break for a little bit. We'll step aside here at the Kings Dome. We hope you guys are all enjoying this match today, this evening. On behalf of Ryan Bradbury, I'm Dylan Buckman. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back inside the Kings Dome. We witnessed two great quarters on both clubs, and the second half at the end, Kings really came back on there. Ryan Bradbury, I'm Dylan Buckman. Brian, obviously it's been pretty dominating at the beginning part for Stu, but for Kings end, what's one of the things that really mesmerized you on their behalf?
For Kings, I think it's their ability in the last couple minutes there to really get to their game plan, to get to those areas where it was pretty well untouchable at the beginning, and get those free points that have been lying around. And if they can continue to do that, they can certainly mount a comeback here in the third quarter.
And they're not far off. Yes, it's kind of a big score, but I mean, it doesn't take much to make a comeback and come through. Nice spin move. Starting back up. Stu has it. Tried to lay it up. It was intercepted. Slight touch there by Sydney Flora Kirsch. Tommies will have possession. Katie Vedito. Nice spin touch with the ball. Charlie Connors continues. Wants a rebound as well. That would work. Now they're back on top of the board, 38-21. Kings looking to respond. Stepping in is Kai Raphael. Rolling through, nearly just passing it over for a chance on the rebound, but that will work for Carly Best. That was a pretty good rebound.
Yeah, those were some good second chance points there out of a pretty good play to begin with.
Tommies, they'll control. The likings of Carly Connors. Stepping through, just comes right out of bounds. Initially, that was Claudia Steves who was chasing after it, but the ball got far out of reach. UKC, Gracie Dorion, maneuvering with Carly Best. that rebound chance. She's been pretty elite so far. Calling for her team. Great setup. Late play by Kai Raphael all the way through, and that's going to go back down into the buckets. Good play by Webb. Looking for a chance. Stu has the ball. Little ring around into the offensive territory, cutting into the middle. Working through, that hand battled out, just slightly out of bounds. Kings will have a chance to just send it out in top. Wearing number 8, Flora Kirsch. Maneuvers. Raphael, she's challenged by 2 players, which was Osh Paiko. Crisscrossing it. Nice move by Kirsch all the way over down to her partner. Swish opportunity. Crispy play. Lost control. That was a good connection between Kirsch and Best. They've been connecting pretty wide so far in this game, would you say?
Yeah, no, it's they've been doing pretty well. They've been getting most of the team's points, and that's what they're going to have to rely. They're going to have to rely on them in the latter stages of this game.
For some of you folks welcomed back into the Kings Dome on live YouTube channel. We've seen a little bit more aggressive basketball in the second half. Very excited to welcome you for the third quarter. Good stretch pass all the way through. That'll count. And that point will go to Katie Vedito. Again, looking for a response. Gracie Dorion. I believe it was a push out. Yeah, could have sworn I almost mistaken it for, I wouldn't say a double dribble, but almost lost control there. Anywho, it'll go towards Dorion's favor. Tossing up that ball, diving for it. Ooh, that did not look too good there. That was Carly Best colliding with Olton. Good catch up by Jeffrey, who follows through. Vedito with the ball, cuts into the middle, losing control, whistles play dead. Referee's signal, we're gonna get a free throw shot. It's gonna go in favor of Paige LeBlanc. Guard from New Maryland, New Brunswick, that'll count. Shoot for 2 for 2. Doesn't work. Kings have the ball. That looks like Flora Kirsch was pressured highly. Kings wanting more action. Ball gets rolled out of bounds, controlling it. Gracie Dorion. I gotta say, Ryan, we've seen a lot of more efforts from her in the second quarter and in the third quarter, really coming around, would you say?
Yeah, she's been playing really well. Been hitting some good shots, been playing some good defense. Honestly, everything you can ask for a player like that.
Well, for the turnovers. Setting the play. Or setting the stage. Alyssa Jeffrey was just followed up through, but that's going to go in for another clean basket. Bush Pico had it. Pulls it through. Firing swing all the way up. Referee signals that it's out. We'll go towards Stu's defensive zone, where they hold the lead 43-25 with 6:09 left to go, and I believe we're going to get some Kings substitutions. I would say it's been a pretty back and forth, steady third quarter.
Yeah, the Kings has come out with an idea in mind, and they've been trading baskets with Stu, which is something they've been unable to accomplish the whole game. So this is something that they can definitely progress with and look to improve on in the fourth.
Sadamov drew in. It's been pretty good to see so far. Stu holding in. Watch out for Charlie Connors. Ball just got tossed a bit out. Stu will have it. Listen, Jeffrey. Connecting. It's been up to the middle. Complete. Paige LeBlanc will send this up. Jeffrey to LeBlanc. Just fell over. Connecting it was Charlie Connors. Losing control a little bit there. It's going to go towards King's favor. Like we mentioned, the defense has been putting on pressure on the Stu team.
Yeah, they've since that first quarter, they've been really cracking down on those passes and making sure that they have to work for every step that they can get.
Mombercat plays it over the side, over to McDonald. Mombercat will challenge. Number 4 on number 4. Stepping in, Santana, pressing it over down to McDonald. Not to Bull. Good pass over, but it's tossed and waved dead. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. We welcome you inside the Kings Dome. Stepping in. A 3-point opportunity. That's a swish for Stu. And that was cleared pretty well. Trying to step in with a little bit more of a setting play. Kings control possession. Santana over to McDonald. They play the ball back and forth to each other. Try to get a late play. Turned over. Now, Stu lost it for a second, but they retrieve it. Sending it up to center. Just ran right in. Wow, to Natasha Langille. And we call back. Stu will have it. They got some pressure. Laying it low into the corner. Just reaching out of bounds, I believe. And we're trying to generate more offense. Working in. There's Spiko. Good offensive recovery by Connors. Rolling through. One final shot for that play. It'll be clear. Tough break for Kings. But they have responded in situations like this so far. Hoping to see more. Blue Devils will have it. Mombercat. Crispy play. Stretching it all the way across to Santana. Centers it. Almost giving it up, and unfortunately in their favor, it just comes towards the turnover. Stu, control, setting it. A shot, and an easy one for Charlie Connors. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast that she has been tearing it up in the league so far.
Well, as it sits right now, she's got 17 points, 2 threes, 6 rebounds, pretty well everything you can hope out of your star player.
Speaking of aggression, there she comes in. Once again, another shot, and that'll work for her as well. Back-to-back plays. She was down for a second, helped by her teammates. Has not been an easy third quarter for Kings. 54-25 is your score so far. And not only was she able to bury one through, but Connors gets a chance to throw in a couple more baskets. That one's going to be cleared through and working well for her. She'll jump off the court, replacing her, Nora Quinlan. Kings will have it. Looking to respond. Moving through for Kirsch. It's up for Best. Oh, nice move just to challenge her, and she just buries that one. Good response. Kings get themselves another point. Looking for a retrieving play. It just comes through, and Hansen jumps back up the score for Stu. Charlie Hall has been playing really well so far. Kings gets back into it. Good setup and a good play by Kirsch. Starting to see a little bit more back and forth in the last minute.
Yeah, they're using the fast break to their advantage and getting those quick points before the defense can really set up.
Stepping through. Stu had it for a second, and they're going to wave that off. Doing well with defending. Kings is looking to try to get back into the score sheet this year. It hasn't been easy. However, their team really plays aggression in defense. They've been playing a bit better in the second quarter. They're trying to rise back up in the third. A shot and swish. That'll work for Marley Olsen. Big move, good opportunity for Carly Best. Seen her play a couple of numbers so far this afternoon. We're gonna get a whistle. As I just mentioned, Carly Best, I mean, you know, we don't talk much about her so far, but I mean, the way she's been proactive in this game, really trying to keep the team into the game.
Yeah, she's been hitting the shots as she can. She's been playing really good hustle defense. All around, she's been a very good player for the Kings Blue Devils.
Here's a turnover. Unable to perform the layup. She's going to get a free throw. The first one will go. Peyton Oshpiko, second year, guard from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Going for the second attempt. That'll work. Boosted them up just one shy of 60. Kings just lost it for a second in translation. It's going to come through. They're looking to try to lay it up. Little challenge. Not sure where to go through on that. Having trouble. Stu will turn it over. They'll follow it up. Working through to the outside, wide. They're really challenging this defensive core. Kings just about had possession. We're gonna get a whistle. Boy, it was really tough to see down into their offensive zone. Just a lot of bodies out in front scrambling for the ball. We're gonna get more play coming at you. We still got another quarter left. We're glad to have you guys tune into the live YouTube event, or for some of you guys too at the Dome. We welcome you inside. Nice setup. Coming on in. Flora Kirsch was part of that. Gracie Dorian really firing that one through. Good sequence. Now looking for the options. Nice fake move. Laying that through. That's going to work for the Tommy's favor. Cashing another one home. Here comes a clear steering shot. It was initially going to go in, but they gave themselves an opportunity to try and get a rebound. Nearly got close with that one. Tommy's will hold possession. They got 10 seconds to do so. Webb on the outside of the line, laid up. Looked pretty easy for her. And that'll end the third quarter. So the score is 63-31. We'll take a step. We'll take a little quick timeout, and we'll return for the fourth quarter. We welcome you back inside the Kings Dome. Fourth quarter just underway. Score 63-31. Third quarter, Ryan, what are one of the key things that you noticed that the Tommies were laying down for Kings?
I mean, I've said it again. I'll say it again. It's been their defense. It's been how they've been able to do the up-court press and really force those turnovers out of Kings that they've just been unable to prevent.
And for the Kings end, something that you noticed as well?
They really did get to their game. They were able to make their shots in the paint. They were able to hit a couple threes down the stretch there, and all around that was probably their best quarter. And hopefully they can build onto it.
Ryan Bradbury, our color commentator, getting in the sequence. Honestly, I got to tell you, witnessing basketball, you really try to see some of the young athletes who are really trying to push hard up into the leagues itself, but academically and professionally. It's been pretty fun to see the game so far this year. There's a free throw shot by Zoe Mombercat. I believe in a bit of a delay. Anywho, we're going to get the shot. It'll work towards their favor. STU will hold back with patience. There's Pico. Lays it over to Hansen. Now right back and forth. That was Quinlan attempting to go in. It's whistled dead. Kings will pick their partners, pick the plays, and off we go. Wearing number 9, Renee Thibault. Fires that shot. Got the crowd right back into it. I gotta tell you, when Kings pulls in with the three-point shots, they really like to bring the crowd into it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important part. You got to get the crowd into it. I mean, obviously that's not great timing as the STU retaliates with one of their own, but if Kings can build their momentum and really carry out this game on a high note.
Kings looking to respond. They've been battling all throughout this afternoon. Nice pass drop towards Santama. Goes up high and a close one. Good opportunity, and she delivers. The Tommies. They're going to the center. Creating space. Good pass up from Steves to the corner. That'll work. Throws them back up. About another 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Kings, they've started pretty well too. Ooh, that nearly almost got thrown back to three-pointer, and that just goes outside. We got a few subs to take the draw. I would say both clubs are answering back and forth. If they just cough up a point, they just come back and try to get back into it a little bit, I would say.
Which is exactly what Stu wants at this point of the game with the lead that they do have. So Kings will have to really clamp down on that D and make sure that the threes can't be answered as quickly as they are.
And there's a lot to take away from this too, right? Like, you're playing against a really good team. You have a lot to think about in the next coming games, but I mean, Kings really tries to get through, to step through 4 points. They really try to learn from their mistakes, it seems like. They've been responding well in the fourth quarter. Unfortunate turnover for Kings. It's all up to that layup, and it's going to work for Paige LeBlanc. She was all alone. Kings will have it, looking to come back with an extra point. That nearly got lost in translation. Good offensive recovery. Just lost into the stands. You can see right there, good to see that Charlie Connors fell. She did not seem impressed with the call. Good to see that she's okay. Now we're going to start to resume with Kings the possession with the ball. They're traveling on the other outer end. Near into the middle, the center, all the way up for a layup. That's going to work. Good connection by the offense. Tommies coming through. LeBlanc retrieves the ball. Tries to pass it all the way across. Just lost it at the tip of her fingers. Trying to create space to go up to fire it through. Doesn't work. They're going to give up a 2-point shot. Or an opportunity, I would say. And Charlie Connors, she's had a few layup shots and a few free throws. She's been playing pretty good so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's at 20 points right now, and clearly a driving force for this Stu offense as we sit right now.
It's been working well. 6:39 to go in the fourth quarter. 74-75 now to 40. That'll be tossed on out. And I would say it's been more of a learning game has been when witnessing for the Kings College Blue Devils. Firing near the far to the squad. Kings have it. That is McCormick. Have not seen her much this game as she substituted in. Lost a bit of the translation, falling through, bouncing it all the way back to Connors. The shot went up. Kings have it. Using the bodies a little bit. But this time it's a shot by Tilbull, a pass up. Setting it over to McDonald. Opportunity all the way through, just lost it between the legs. He's battling through the bodies, and that's going to work. Carrying high down to the buckets. Stu in the offensive zone. Lost it right at the rim. And we're going to get called for the substitutions. We're just near the halfway point of the fourth quarter and regulation here. Is there anything that you're kind of seeing here that might actually help this game kind of finish off to an ending for Kings?
Well, I mean, if Kings, if they can just play their game, just take their time, hit those shots that they clearly can, just try and go out on a high note and rebuild for the next one.
It's a learning game so far. They've struggled the last 2 games against Stu. Last game they played yesterday, they fell just short 77-34. And yeah, Kings does jump up a few points, but I mean, it's wins that are going to get you them at the end of the day. It's got to be a struggling point for UKC, still trying to claim their first win, and they might have to wait a little bit longer. Though it's not to say this team falls apart completely, they really do have good offense. They got a lot of first years, though, I will say, so there's a good, promising future, perhaps, for the Blue Devils.
Oh, absolutely. They've got lots of time to build and develop, and this year's pretty well just learning the chemistry, learning how each other plays, and in the upcoming years, they'll be a force to be reckoned with.
And obviously, as we witnessed, too, the way rebuilds work, I get it, we're at the university level, but would you say they work similar to management in the professional leagues, aside from the money and the, draft picks, I would say, but like how a developed team grows?
Well, of course, yeah. In a couple of years, once all these first years or third years, they'll have some university experience under their belt. They know the speed of the game. They'll understand how their teammates play, how they work with each other, and they'll be able to string together more wins just as a result of pure experience.
A lot, as we can see at STU as well, as you mentioned, experience. We got a lot of players who are past their second year, or even if not in their second year, so it's been quite a veteran team. Could see a little bit more learning experiences for Kings. Speaking of such, few bodies fall over. And with 4:50 to go, Kings is going to do the best they can. This is picked up by Jeffrey, dribbling the ball at quite velocity of speed. Set it over to Hansen, to Oshpaiko, Chrising the pass, opportunity, laying it up, just missed wide. Now Kings working towards the numbers. Bank pass. A shot for the 3 just came up short. That was McDonald who fired it. We're going to get more subs out there. In this quarter, we've had 2 fouls on the home side. For the guests, they've only had 1, so it's been a little bit close and tight plays. Obviously, the score shows the difference, unfortunately. But we're looking at changing it. Rene Telbo will pass it on over to Gauthier. McDonald. Telbo with the shot again. Second efforts for the 3-point shot. Lost it. And it was a holding. Black's going to be going towards center. Rita McCormick will follow up that play. Faked in the lane with a shot and just missed wide. It's been a few shots that have been missed, I would say. It's not been pretty easy for the UKC Blue Devils. Hey, Ryan?
Yeah, no, certainly. It's been a struggle today, unfortunately. Obviously, we know that they can hit their shots. We've seen games where they can, so unfortunately just a down game for them and one they'll look to improve on in the future.
Working through. Bell right there clears it past them. Boosts it up to 77-42. Kings getting a little tired in their own zone. McCormick crosses it over with McDonald. Now stepping in is Langille. Lost it to the Tommies. And in comes Quinlan. Laying it all the way to Kerr. Did not make the pack. Kings again holding through. Dribbling their way all the way through to Steves. Once again missed. And that'll be out of bounds. 2:53 remaining. Subs are going to come in. And I got to tell you, Ryan, in the past 2 games, we've seen quite a bit of basketball, I would say. There's a game going on later this afternoon. It'll be the men's basketball team. It's going to be a pretty exciting one. Tommies and Kings action over the weekend. We usually see that sometimes. What are your thoughts on all that?
Oh, no, it'll be a great game. Yesterday was right down to the wire, and hopefully we get another one of those games again because it was a sure joy to commentate.
After this broadcast, we encourage our fans to tune in and watch a STU Tommies, the men's basketball face-off against the Blue Devils men's, as we get a free throw shot in the dying minutes of the fourth quarter. That was missed by Mackenzie Gijsbrech. Try to go for another shot. Unsuccessful. It's not going to hurt the score on their behalf. We're going to get a whistle again. Now Marley Olton. Create a bounce all the way up. Laying it up. Easy bucket basket for the Tommies. That was Kerr who got it. That was a brilliant pass up to the point.
And just leads to another one of those and ones which Stu has been feasting on throughout this game. Using their body to get that, to get the contact, get the layup to go, and get those extra points.
3 points in a matter of a second for Kerr. Reagan Kerr is in her 3rd year from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Trying to set the bargain. Working in his Quinlan. Laying it up. And that's going to easily go through.
Just another one of those and ones. Just getting those points that are on the board, on the table, if you play physical enough.
And you can see that they're getting very comfortable, eh? The benches are just going absolutely crazy for the Tommies. That's tough for Kings to try to take advantage. They have more. They're up the score there. 38 points apart that separate between these two teams. Just under 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter and in regulation. And we're going to get a little stoppage of play. Just stepping off was Natasha Langille, 6'1" forward from Ottawa, Ontario. And like you said, a feasting night with the free throws. I mean, I got to tell you, it's going to be wild.
Oh, no, it's absolutely insane. They've had, this is their 26th free throw of the game.
Wow.
So they've been really utilizing the physicality of the game and making sure that they do get those free baskets.
It seems to be one of those disciplined but also very rewarding opportunities for Stu. Now under 2 minutes left to go. 82-54. Not easy for this group. They'll regroup on their next game. Kings laying that shot, and that'll work.
I'm just trading in with it.
good encouragement by the club, by the fans
for
too.
sure. Yeah, that's something I love about the Kingdom is fans never leave. The fans stay for the whole game. They're encouraged the whole time despite the score, and it's something we can really be proud of.
Working their way in. Good move. Tried to pivot back. There's Nora Quinlan with patience. Kerr, who had a pretty abysmal fourth quarter, bounces the ball, lost it over. Brett. Quinlan needs that shot, didn't clear through, and Kings nearly lost in translation. Her body was kind of all over the place there, but good response to regroup. Now we're at the 1 minute mark. Losing control. Tough play by Chloe Gauchier. Kings will try to finish off the top. Go with the Tommies. On this Sunday afternoon, 54 seconds to go. A free throw opportunity of a shot, or three-pointer. It'll be brilliantly tossed up, just out of the reach. As there's a little bit of a communication flaw there, wondering what the next play was going to be. Now Kings having to play defense once again. Quinlan, last shot, and it'll work. The Tommies have been very dominant, and they'll continue to be the top of the league by the end of the score here. 26 seconds to go. Pass up for the three-pointer. Just lost it. They hit on the outside near the basket. Stews will have it. Bolton. The coach says to dribble it out. They'll take their time. And with the final score of 84-46, Ryan, what is your points from tonight's game?
In all, I think it just has to do with that transitional defense and transitional offense, something obviously to be worked on in the future. But at the end of the day, this is the #1 ranked STU team, so not much really to be ashamed of, as they've been doing this to relatively every team in the league so far.
Don't go anywhere, everybody. We have more basketball coming your way. The men's STU Kings battle continues on as we thank you for tuning into our live feed. On behalf of Ryan Bradbury, I'm Dylan Buckman. Have a safe and warm rest of your day.